Astha stands for trust and faith. The virtues that inspire and guide the philosophy of Astha School of Management. In its more than a decade of existence, Astha has acquired an enviable position as Management Institute of Odisha. Sharmila Subramanian, currently she is heading the Astha School of Management Bhubaneswar as the principal. She is a passionate teacher having 20 years teaching and research experience. She is doctorate in communication who has studied the use of English language in corporate interpersonal communication. She has strong footing in corporate training and consultancy that includes organizations like IDBI, Canara Bank, etc. She works with students to develop their employability skill through language lab. This has been possible due to the vision of the institute leaders and the dedicated efforts for Astha team. We have taken the special interview of Madam and their experiences with Astha. Madam, you are heading the Astha School of Management as the principal. So please share your experience.
Astha School of Management is a very unique institution, I would say. We are considered to be one of the best B schools among the top 20 B schools in Eastern India. And we have also received many awards. Almost every year we receive an award for educational excellence or for campus recruitment. In 2018 also we received for best campus recruitment, we received an award. So what are the best things that we do here? We actually work for transformation. We simply don't educate our students. We work on each and every student so that they transform into a true professional who is responsible towards the society and who is also an excellent performer. So that's how we work on our students. So therefore, I think definitely when you use this word, great institute, yes, it's a really great institute. And I'm a very small, I would say, team worker when it comes to the institution. It's the love and affection of my team which has given me so much of importance, which has made me successful.
Madam, just I want your starting experience with Astha. Small reaction.
Okay. When I joined Astha School of Management in 2013, I did not have much idea about university pattern of functioning because I came from an autonomous institute. So I didn't have much of an idea. I should thank all my staff members. I should thank all the faculty members who were here. They guided me through, they taught me, how we are supposed to operate when it comes to this university pattern of functioning. And slowly I could understand the pattern, I could understand the rules and regulations of the university. And I'm fortunate that today I'm also a board member at Biju Patnaik University of Technology. So that's a kind of responsibility which I have got. Apart from that, as far as my experience goes, I think the students are wonderful. They listen to us and we dedicatedly work towards their betterment, and therefore they are also equally dedicated. As far as the management is concerned, I think I should specially thank our Secretary Sir, Dr. Bankim Mahanti, who is a very, very supportive leader, extremely supportive leader. And whenever I think about him, I always remember what Dr. Abdul Kalam had once said, that he had a professor, Professor Dhawan, who would be a leader and he will own all the failures and he will give all the success to his team. So I think we have such a wonderful leader in the college who would own everything to him. So that makes the team even more successful.
Madam, what are the speciality of Astha in comparison with other colleges in Odisha? What is your reaction?
Madam, we have a lot of unique features. I'll start with our organizational behavior lab. We call it Chetas. So this is one unique lab which is one of its kind, and we conduct a lot of psychometric tests for our students. We do reflective activities for the students. We do focus group for our students, and through that they understand their own strengths and weaknesses, and they start working on their strengths and weaknesses. So we have one OB lab which is quite unique. We have Antara. Antara is basically a language lab, and we help our students for developing their language skills. Especially it works as a remedial teaching. There are some students who have difficulty in maybe pronouncing words, or they have difficulty in speaking English, but then it's required for their corporate life. So we help them through that. Then our teaching methodology is pretty unique. We use a lot of games, activities. We use even outbound training. Sports as a way or a manner of teaching management. So we use different kinds of methodologies to teach our students. And the list will go on, madam. Even I think one wonderful thing that our students do is fun with purpose. Usually you'll find youth going and enjoying picnic parties, but then these students, they go to remote villages, they go and perform Nukkad Natak, they go and perform different acts there. They make the people in remote areas aware on different kinds of topics. For example, they may tell them about children's education, stop child labor, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. So they have done so many such activities, anti-drug and anti-alcohol. So they have worked on so many such social topics, and they connect with the society through these topics. So this is again a very unique feature of the institute.
Okay, madam. Just please share your experience and share your different activities of Astha to develop the students' extracurricular activities.
One, just now I told you that the students are involved in Fun with Purpose. Every year, each batch gets an opportunity to go for live project other than their summer internship, which is a mandatory 45 to 60 days summer training which they have to complete. They also go for a live project. Now what we do is we try to connect with different corporates, and they engage our students during their requirement. So they may have a small project in hand, so when they are working on that project, they engage our students. So that is one way of developing confidence in our students. It also develops, I think, self-awareness. It also makes them more competent. So that's one way. And apart from that, we have sporting events. One of our USPs, I would say, is the Shuttle Smashers, which is open door badminton championship. We have two leagues in that. One is the MBA league, that is for management students, and the other one is a corporate league, where people from different organizations, they come and compete for the trophy. So this is again a tournament for physical activity. They also play cricket. So that's an indoor, like it's an in-house competition which we have. Cricket is there. For girls, we have handball. Badminton, I told you, is already there. Apart from this, they have cultural events. So 12 months, but we have 14 events which keep on rolling, and the students keep performing.
Okay, madam. I want your experience with Astha as a senior teacher, senior faculty, your good experience, various activities. Though you are a writer, so good orator, so please describe your experience.
I think the best experience for any teacher or any communicator, any human being, is connecting with self and connecting with the Almighty. So the best experience, I suppose, is our event which we call as Yugma. Shrima, mother's birthday, every year we conduct a 2-day national oratory contest. And in this national oratory contest, we have students coming from across the country, and they deliberate, they debate, they present, they speak on different aspects of spiritualism, ethics, values, which perhaps is getting lost slowly from the society. So when that happens, I think that gives me immense pleasure. If you're asking me as a writer, as a person who is there as a teacher, what is the best kind of experience I get? I think the best experience is connecting management education to spiritualism, ethics and values. So that is the best experience that I have, I have undergone, I would say, at Astha School of Management.
Okay, madam. Please share your students' employment skill through education, employment scenario after their education. What is the speciality of Astha School of Management educational system? After education, their employment scenario, just describe.
I think everyone will boast of that, so I will also boast of the same thing, and then I'll tell you what is different about us. Our students get placed, we provide them 100% assistance in placement, and every year we have a success rate of around 80 to 90% students get placed. Then comes how successful we are. You will ask me why 80 to 90%, why not 100%? Because there are some students who have their own business, so they would like to continue with their own business. There are some students who do not want a placement because they want to prepare for higher education, like they want to do MPhil, PhD, so they go on that track. And there are some students who become entrepreneurs. So I think this is the greatest success for us. Every year, for the past 3 years, we have been witnessing at least 2 to 3 students becoming entrepreneurs from each batch.
Ma'am, 2019-2020, please share the employment skills of students, how much they have gained.
We have, in fact, unfortunately, the pandemic set in, but by the time it was February end, this 2020, we had placed almost 85-90% students were placed. And they had also, many of them have got their offer letters, they're working. To tell you very frankly, companies like, Flipkart, Amazon, students joined, and even during the pandemic, they were working, so they had been working. We were fortunate that we could get all our students placed, and there are some students who are still waiting for the offer letter, and we are very hopeful that they will soon get the offer letter and they'll go and join.
Madam, is there any problem in situation of corona over this college students admission? Through corona, there are some fall down in various sector. So in educational sector, are you feel some problem?
I heard somebody saying that every adversity is an opportunity. So this adversity is also an opportunity for us. If you say problem, it will be a problem, but it is actually not a problem. I see this as a challenge, or I see this as an opportunity. Yes, we miss our students because they are all doing their classes online. They are not on the campus. So definitely we miss that physical bond which we have with our students. As far as new admissions are concerned, since we are under the Biju Patnaik University of Technology and we are governed by the government of Odisha norms, so as per their allotment, as per their system of intake, whatever we are allotted, we will take those students and we will run the institution.
Thank you, madam. Madam, as a research scholar, as a experienced best educator, your reaction about offline class and online class. What are the difference between the offline class and the online class? Because overall the students are feeling not so good in online class because some problems, some difficulties. So what your reaction?
Okay. If you ask me as an educator, then I think the online classes and the challenges or the problems can be divided into different categories depending on the age group of the child. So if the child is small, obviously online classes, I personally feel, are not that good for children, because the more the screen time, the bad it is for their health, for their mind, mental health. So I don't recommend that. But our students, especially management students, they are grown up, they are adult learners and they are professionals. So obviously there is a difference between how you train a professional vis-a-vis a child. So I'm actually talking about andragogy and I'm not talking about pedagogy. So if I look at that, I think online education for professionals was something which is not very new. It's just that it was a hybrid way of teaching. We had online earlier as well, like we used to suggest YouTube, on YouTube we used to suggest certain videos, we used to give them certain links which they can read, explore. We used to also refer certain blogs or articles online which the students were actually reading, journals online they were reading. So self-learning activity was taking place, online self-learning activity. But this teacher to student online, which was actually happening in the class, has now got into a Zoom or a Meet or a Team. So that is a difference. But otherwise I think for any professional educator, it's not a problem.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, actually Astha School of Management is having good experience over the students. Also it is just Astha School having good campus activities after education. We are so proud of Astha because we have good relation, good professional experience teacher is here. So your activities, your experience is so great. But Astha School campus activities in comparison with other colleges, what are your speciality? Please share some campus activity speciality after education, how they are engaged through campus, all the students. You have shared, but just I want speciality of campus activities in comparison with other colleges.
I do not know about other colleges, frankly speaking. I don't have the habit of peeping into the neighborhood. But I can say I'm proud of my students. They love the institute a lot and we love our students a lot. It's more of a family relationship. I can say that if my student has a problem while she is doing her assignment at 11:45 p.m. and she sends me a WhatsApp message that, "Ma'am, I'm stuck, can you help me?" I think I'm ready to help her. And this is the spirit which each faculty in Astha has. So we are like a family, you know. When you are in trouble, what will you do? You'll go and wake up your own father, mother, sister, brother. Okay, so that's the kind of love and affection that we have, camaraderie we have. Teachers take the advantage and they even scold the students and the students accept. So I think that's one unique feature which I think we have. We nurture a very, very strong family culture. And the second one is the value system. And I think that's the reason why we have got, we have got reports from corporate. Our students work for a long time in the company. unlike other MBA students who join, work for 6 months or maybe 4 months, 10 months, and then suddenly when they get a better opportunity, they leave. Our students have a record of working for 10 years in the same organization. Not because they do not have an opportunity outside, not because they are not competent to join other companies, but because they have those values in them. They have those values of maybe honesty, dedication, loyalty, engagement. So these things are something which we provide to our students, and our students are unique in that.
Okay, ma'am. Madam, you are a good writer. Just we know you have published special article. You are the national awardee also. So share your experience with our women in Odisha. As empowered women, what are your messages to all the women of Odisha and also India?
As an empowered woman, I think I have been very fortunate, madam, unlike many other ladies who might have struggled to come to a particular position. So I feel very fortunate that all the people who have been around me, they have never pulled me down. Starting from my family members, my father is basically a veteran from the army. So he never saw any difference between a girl and a boy. So as such, I did not face any difficulty at home. Second, when I was getting educated, I don't think any of my teachers or any of my friends had that difference of a boy or a girl. So that was not there. Education was also very smooth. I'm proud that I am from Kendriya Vidyalaya. I did my schooling from Kendriya Vidyalaya. And I think throughout my career, I have not faced any such kind of a gender bias or any challenge. Being a woman, I have not faced that challenge. So that way I've been very, very fortunate. But I think I will definitely give a message to all the women in Odisha that whatever may be the problem, whatever may be the challenge in your life, you need to actually stand up for yourself. Because if you don't stand up for yourself, people won't listen to you, and they won't give any hedge to you. They'd only think that, okay, you are maybe worthless. So you have to stand. And I think that was one thing which I always did. I always stood up. And since I stood up, I was heard and there was no opposition. So I want that all the women should stand up for themselves. And I think, and I'm very sure that everyone will support, we all will support, and they would be very successful.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, have you any experience with the beginning stage of Astha? Because you have headed so many years with Astha as the principal, but I want beginning stage, how Astha College started, how just developed in today position. So please share something, just beginning stage of Astha.
Astha School of Management started in 2008. A group of noble professionals who were from education, who were from other areas of entrepreneurship like infrastructure development, pisciculture, horticulture, they all came together and they formed a trust called the Panchamukhi Charitable Educational Trust. And they thought of starting a management college, and they started this management college. It was a very noble idea with which they started, and even till date, it continues to be a very, very noble idea for them, because the inclination or the vision of this particular management group has always been uplift of the students, proliferating management education across Odisha to create managers who are globally employable and they are locally responsible. So keeping that in mind, this particular institution nurtures the same thought process that the students from here can be employed anywhere in the world, However, they will always be connected to the roots of the state. They have to give back to Odisha. They come from Odisha, so they have to give back to Odisha. So that's the vision with which they started, and we are proud that the same vision continues and we are able to do that. It had been a struggle because it started with 60 seats, and after 2 years they went for 120 seats. Then there was some kind of a recession in between, but that also continued, and fortunately for us, because of our dedication, because of our hard work, we could place the students, we could get our seats filled up. Even in adverse situations, we could get our seats filled up. So the process was going on, and there were struggles, but we could overcome all the difficulties. I joined here in 2013, and after that we are continuing to work in the same way, with the same vision in mind, creating global professionals who are locally responsible, and they will give back to their state. So that's the vision with which we started, and we are continuing with that.
Okay, ma'am. Your special messages for students. Just share your some special message, inspiration to all our students.
Okay. Special message for students. I think for students, the best message I have is, if you want to learn, you have to surrender. You have to surrender yourself to the process of learning. You cannot have everything and then make learning one of those tasks. So if you really want to be a good learner, an effective learner, you have to surrender yourself to learning. That's why we remember Arjuna. That's why we remember Ekalavya, because they surrendered themselves to the process of learning. So to be a good student, you have to surrender.
Okay, ma'am. Just I want your future planning and future aspiration in educational field. What are your planning to develop the educational system? Just I want your future aspiration.
Madam, future aspiration, whatever I had and whatever we had been discussing for past maybe 2 years in the college, some of the points have been mentioned in the NEP, the new education policy which has come, National Education Policy 2020. This new education policy has got many such points, and I think in very near future, I want to blend management education with life skills. Life skills in the sense, I would like management education to have a course, or should have a particular maybe certification within that management education, where students are able to manage crisis. So crisis management is something which we do not literally, we may teach them, but then we are not allowing them to develop those skills. The people who come and rescue us during a cyclone, or they come and rescue us in floods, they are all people like us. It's just that they have developed those skills. And look at us, we are 25 years old, 26 years old, young, dynamic, doing a management course, but we are sitting like coy cats under a bush, waiting for somebody to come and rescue us. And who comes and rescues us? Maybe an 18-year-old girl or a 17-year-old girl, she comes, she drops in and she pulls you out, and you are very happy that you have been rescued. Why? At that age, with that much of youth and dynamism, I think they should have the power to take decisions, not just to rescue themselves or help themselves, but also to help others. So I very seriously think of blending life skills, which will have crisis management as one of the very, very sound courses in higher education. That's very much required. And second thing, I do not know how it's going to turn out, but then I think we are taking away our students or our children from the grassroots. We say India is primarily an agricultural economy. We say that. But nobody feels proud to say that I am an agriculturist. Nobody feels proud to say that I am a farmer, my father is a farmer, we come from a farming community. Why? So again, this is again one of my future plans, how to blend farming as a skilled education with, we have agricultural management, we have rural management, we have these management topics are there, we are teaching them, but we are not teaching the skill of farming. Because sitting and writing a book on agriculture management is very different from going and growing crops for people. So I think that's a very, very strong feeling that I have, that this needs to be inculcated in education.
Okay, madam. Thank you.